Hi everyone, today I'm doing some fizzy science experiments. We're going to start with just plain old Splenda. And water. Because it does fizz. Now, the reason this fizzes, according to the Splenda website, is that Splenda is made of granules that are shaped like a small ball that's a little bit hollow inside, and that when they hit the liquid they dissolve, and the air released might cause a slight fizzing. I had never encountered that until I did the pH experiment, so we'll see. Because it doesn't fizz when I add it to cereal and milk. Another scoop. I think we're up to 4 or 5 now. It dissolves very quickly, which I also noticed during the pH experiment. I'm going to do one more. I don't really want to waste this, even though it's not all that expensive, you know. Okay. Alright, so this is another set of fizzes. We have water. And we have baking powder. Now, baking powder is interesting because it does react with water, unlike baking soda. Baking powder has baking soda in it, but it also has some cornstarch and some cream of tartar. So, what it's used for is similar to baking soda. It's used to add the bubbles, or to make things rise when we're baking. But it's used in recipes that don't already have an acid, because baking soda needs an acid to react with. That cream of tartar provides the acid. And when they react together in a series of reactions, they produce the same carbon dioxide gas that baking soda does with vinegar. But in order to get them to react to each other, we need some liquid. We're going to use water. due to not adding more water. So this one may not have the same level of reaction.